Guys, and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, we are back with footy tipping for the regular season in 2025. I am super pumped for this, cannot wait. In this video, we're going to go through our predictions for the Las Vegas games, and then next week we will do the rest of round one. These will probably drop, the first two will probably drop on Tuesday afternoon, and then moving forward, probably rounds 2 onwards, we'll go back to Sunday uploads. It's just easier for me that way. I just wanted to see sort of what the team list looked like in round 1, and then we'll attempt to take it back to either a Sunday or Monday upload. But very excited for this. I've got the team list here on my phone, so obviously I'm not going to talk too much. It will be a relatively quicker tipping video than most, but still going to be a little bit longer. So let's jump in and discuss these games. So the first game is the Raiders against the Warriors. This is obviously at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. This is at 10 a.m. Queensland time and 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So this one I think will be a cracking clash. We'll go through some, I won't go through the team list in full, but we'll go through some interesting picks. So Savalia Tamale will make his debut there for the Raiders. I liked what I saw from him at the Dragons. However, I didn't really think he took the bull by the horns in the trials. I was a little bit disappointed with him there. I thought he'd really grasp at that opportunity. He still gets this debut here in Vegas, but I am a little bit concerned about how he will go there. Outside of that, Corey Horsburgh in the front row, Joe Tarpanay obviously in the front row as well. Zach Hosking is good to go for round 1, and then there was, a little bit of what's going to happen with Morgan Smithies and Hudson Young. They're both known to play. I'm assuming there will be some sort of punishment coming for them, though. Owen Paddy makes his debut off the bench as well, which is exciting to see. They've gone Simi Sasangi over players like Trey Mooney. I somewhat disagree with that, but it is what it is. You got Josh Papali'i and Atta Mariota renting out the bench there. Pretty strong lineup there for the Raiders. On to the Warriors. Ali Leatau in the centres. I like that. I think I would have gone him over someone like an Edward Kosey or a what's his name? Rocco Berry. So I do think they've made the right choice there. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, we'll get to see him on the wing, which is exciting. He played a few games at wing in the trials, so that should actually. He played the second game, I believe. I don't think he played the first one. I think he got ruled out of that one. But I'm excited to see how Roger goes on the wing. Luke Metcalf gets the number 7 jersey, and Chanel Harris-Tavita gets the number 6. So he's won that jersey over Tomato Martin, it looks like. So very exciting to see that. James Fisher-Harris and Mitch Barnett will be both captaining this side. So Fish obviously coming over from Penrith, exciting stuff. Murata Niokore, he gets that second row spot. A few people had Jacob Laban there. So, Murata has won that spot. And Aaron Clark gets the 13 over Dylan Walker. Dylan Walker will be the 14. I actually think that's the right move there for the Warriors. And Dimitri Vamunga, probably butchering that last name. I believe he was last year Dimitri Sifakula. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And then you've got Lekar Haliasima to round out that bench. So, look, two very interesting lineups. I think this one will be I think it'll be extremely tight, to be honest. Going into this game, I've changed tips back and forth for this game and the next one. I think this is going to be a tough one to tip. I know a lot of people are going the Warriors, and they are quite heavily the favourite to win this one. In saying that, the Raiders are resilient, and I actually think the Raiders get their Vegas win here and notch up a first win of the season in Las Vegas. Probably will go a 4.1. As I said, I think it will be relatively close. So I am going to knock this one out and say the Raiders get the job done by 4 points in the first game of round 1. All right, the second game. Panthers and Sharks. This one is quite interesting as well. So Casey McLean obviously will play. He was great at the back end of last season. Also played for the Kiwis, I believe. Paul Alamonte is on the other wing. I believe he's looking really fit this season too, so that is good to see. There is no Brian Ta'o, though, which is also very interesting. Luke Garner will play in the centres. I actually think this Panthers backline's a bit... no, I think Cronulla could go to work on some of these players, to be honest. You've also got Jack Cole in over Blaze Talangi. Talangi is in the 17, but... Cole, he's playing there. I've heard Jesse McLean could come in for Paul Alamonte, or Paul Alamonte moves into the centres, and then Luke Garner moves onto the bench. I am hearing that as well. Outside of that, like everything else looks pretty normal there for the Panthers. Scott Sorensen wins out that second row spot over Isaiah Papali'i. I actually called that in the preseason. I thought that Scott Sorensen would get that number 11 jersey and Papali'i would come off the bench. I just think they're going to utilise Papali'i as a forward, front rower, I should say. Dan Laurie gets a number 14 jersey. I really like that for the Panthers. I think the impact he's going to bring off the bench is going to be really good. Outside of that, not really too many surprises. Luron Patea in the number 17 jersey. Seen a little bit of him, but not much at all, I'll be honest. And then outside of that, like not too many other surprises. You've got Blaze Talangi named on the extended bench. Jesse McLean named on the extended bench, but they're probably the only two that I could see coming into this team. I think we'll see it run out 1 through 17 unless, they do make the change with Jesse McLean. For the Sharkies, a few changes here for Cronulla's back line. So Sam Stonestreet comes in for Katoa. I actually spoke a little bit about this in the trials. I think I don't know if Sione Katoa is injured, but I actually probably would prefer just the form he's in at the moment, Sam Stonestreet over Katoa. I think Stonestreet, I think he's played his way into that jersey, to be honest, and I don't think Katoa. I think he'll struggle to get him back out of that jersey. No other changes really for the back line there for Cronulla. All pretty straightforward. You've got obviously Braden Trindle, Nico Hines there in the halves. Adam Fanua-Blake will make his Sharkies debut. Outside of that, look, not too many surprises in that forward pack either. Outside of Sam Stonestreet, it's pretty much how I think everybody expected it to be. The bench, Daniel Atkinson, brilliant young player. I think he's going to be incredible for St. George next season, so he comes into that side. Siossi Fatalakai, Braden Hamlin-Uele, Thomas Hazelton. Not really any surprises here for Cronulla. I think the only surprise would be Sam Stonestreet, but outside of that, I think they're pretty much named how everybody expected them to be. Yeah, look, Tapua, I wouldn't be surprised if, he sniffed around that bench spot, but I think that they're going to keep running it how it is, to be honest. So, really strong lineup there for the Sharkies. And for them to be like 13% on the stats here from fan tips is crazy to me. I know they are heavily favored, or the Panthers are heavily favored to win this one. But again, like the Raiders, I'm going the underdog here. I'm backing the Sharks. So the Sharkies, I'm backing in to win this one. I think they'll win that one. Oh, it's going to be 1-12. Both games, I think, will be 1-12. I think they'll be relatively low-scoring games, I'd say. No, I think the first one will be quite high-scoring. Penrith and Cronulla, I think both of them are going to defend very well, so it might be a bit low-scoring in the second game, but I think there'll be plenty of points in the first one, I reckon. But, they are my tips for Vegas, guys. Backing in the Raiders, 1-12, and the Sharkies, 1-12. For an anytime try scorer, I think you can't go past Roger Tuivasa-Sheck in that Warriors team. I think on the wing, he's nearly certain to score. And for the Sharkies, I'm going to back in Ronaldo Mulatalo. I think he's pretty certain to score as well. So if you're backing in these two teams like I am, $4.97 multi just for these two teams, that is crazy. I think that is pretty good value there for them, especially with the team the Panthers have named. I know they've still got Nathan Cleary, but there's a lot of good players out of that side. I think this is definitely a game Cronulla can win. We know the Panthers tend to start the season off pretty slow as well. So yeah, I think at 13% there, it's wild to me that the Sharkies have only had 13% of people tip them. That's crazy. But yeah, that is going to end the video for me, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We've hit 10K subs. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for your support there as well. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.